this empty town. We're searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close.
All right, so not sure what I'm bowling on yet. Got to throw 10 shots with the Scorpion Strike. My initial thought is this ball is very clean through the front part of the lane with just enough little tip down lane to give you something where most mids don't. Pretty happy with it so far. Has a little more back end than I thought, but it's definitely what I expected through the front, which is super clean. So I'm going to compare this Scorpion Strike with the Scorpion Low Flare, which is a pretty hot ball right now. Scorpion Low Flare mainly for like earlier, smoother, so fresher patterns. We're going to see what it does against this pattern, against the strike, so I can get a pretty good comparison with it. All right, so through the Scorpion Low Flare up against the Scorpion Sting. Low Flare kind of did what I thought it was going to do. The fronts are pretty beat up on this pattern right now, so the ball is just reading super early. If I get it to the dry low quick, it comes off of it too hard. If I get it in the puddle, it just kind of labors there. So I had to kind of really fit it in, where the Scorpion Sting, because it covers cleaner, allowed me a little more room to miss. So, but the Low Flare kind of did what I did expected, earlier, smoother. Like I said, they're beat up in the front, so not ideally the ball I would throw on this, but it still gives me a good comparison where the Sting fits, or the Strike fits, sorry. We're gonna compare it to a bigger symmetric Pearl, which is the Hazmat. So kind of like in the same realm as the Scorpion, but it's just a step above, so it's an upper mid as opposed to a mid. So it should give her a little stronger mid lane. I'm not sure how it's gonna be through the front. I'm hoping it clears it just as good as the Scorpion Strike does. So the Hazmat is significantly stronger like I thought it would be. I was 6-3 left with that ball compared to the Scorpion Strike. Same motion, just an overall stronger motion. Of course, being the Hazmat, bigger cover, bigger core, makes more sense. So I mean, if I wasn't throwing the Hazmat and it became too strong to like lopey down lane, I'd probably throw the Scorpion Strike in its place. It's definitely not fire. It's not one of those pieces that's versatile. Definitely a very conditional piece. Definitely when the fronts are pretty blown out and they get fairly tight down lane, it's something you can go to, that it gets through the fronts really clean without you having to force it through the front, and it has just enough pop down lane that it doesn't become over and under. So I mean, it's just below fire. Like, I don't think it's like the best ball we have, but I definitely think it's a conditional piece, and for league bowlers, game 2, 3, or if your center is really high friction, definitely a ball to use for sure.
Up next, we have our straighter player, Reggie Elliott. We did a layout for him on this ball that made it a much weaker ball, so he's really going to be comparing to his Archetype Hybrid and his clone, but he's going to be much further right with it, seeing how it performs in the drier parts of the lane.
For this layout, we decided to go ahead and give it a weak layout since I have so many strong balls. My first impressions of it is like HK22. I'm ready to get to it. I think it's going to be good. That cover stock is amazing. Watching the ball go down the lane, I'm like, okay, yes, it's a real weak layout. Once I figured the friction and where the oil is, I could kind of play it more straighter, just pretty much down and in, and it's consistent. It go very long before it makes it move, so I just got to make sure I hit it. If I miss, I'm going to miss. I'm gonna throw the clone. I want to see how much more that my clone hooks, knowing that it's drilled way stronger than my Scorpion. My clone, it hooks. As soon as it gets down lane, it want to turn. I would definitely be using my clone to start off with, and then eventually getting down to using my Scorpion, play straighter up, stay behind the ball with it. Now I'm going to compare the Scorpion to the Archetype Hybrid, same cover stock. Knowing that my hybrid hooks a lot, I compared it with my clone, and it hooks just as much as my clone, but go further down lane, further than my clone. Compare it to the Scorpion, it's a big hook difference. They both get down lane before it starts to make its move, just that the hybrid has way more back end. But it's also due to my layout that we decided to go to on the Scorpion. Now that I throw in and I compare it to balls, I actually give the Scorpion a fire. With the layout that we went with, which all, if not most of my balls are heavy, I need a layout like that. And just watching it go down lane before it makes it move, I give it a fire. I could see me throwing it game 3 or even short patterns or even some tournaments that pretty much dry. I can give it a fire.
We hope you found this video useful. As always, if you like videos like this, make sure you hit subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.